Hello there YouTube, it's Ro here. Thank you for visiting You Grow Ro. If this is your first time here, I hope you'll consider subscribing at the end of this video. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. Today, I'm tasting some tomatoes for you guys. Show you what all I got in just a second. So you guys, I honestly didn't think that I was going to be able to do taste testing this year because I was like, oh, I got to figure out what these tomatoes are, and I'm pretty sure I don't have any reference material that I can find or some resources. And then I grew a brain and was like, oh, why don't you go back in your videos? So I was able to identify several of the plants, and the tomatoes are starting to come in. We're gonna have to give some a taste. Now, I also have some other tomatoes besides what you see here. I just don't know what they are. And so I'm not gonna be doing a tasting on these because again, I don't know what they are. So even if I did like them, I couldn't recommend it because I don't. Girl, this is called the dark skinned girl. And she's beautiful, perfectly ripe, ready to go. Got the seeds from Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, some of my favorite tomato loving people. I have more fruit out there on the plant, but nothing else ripe aside from this one. This one is a definite already proven favorite of mine. This is the black cherry. This plant was in volunteer this year, and normally these tomatoes don't make it in the house. Here I have the Ananas Noire. This tomato is 2 years in the making for me. I grew it last year. I had 3 plants, did not get 1 fruit. This year I got 1 plant and it's producing fairly well for me. I'd say I have another 4 fruits or filling out on the plant at this point. And these are all, this is definitely perfectly ripe, perfectly ripe, perfectly ripe. Yeah, they're all perfectly ripe. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. This one I've mentioned before was recommended to me by Veggie Farming. She grew it 1 year and really enjoyed it. This is also known as the pineapple. No, has another name. Black pineapple, I want to say. Here I have a monkey ass. Yes, it's a little beat up. It's got some sun scald on top. It must have gotten bruised here, so that's not super great. And then down here on the bottom is more bruising, not super great. But this thing is so big that I have plenty of other space here for testing this tomato. Monkey ass. I just wanted to be able to say the name. All right, and then over here, all of this little red goodness. This is the Aosta Valley Longkeeper. Now, you wouldn't want to have these mature like this outside. Ideally, you want them to be just filling in, and at the end of the season you pull them in and they're already half blushing, and then they slowly ripen in the house over the course of the winter, and then you can have fresh tomatoes. However, I put my plant out way too early. I made the same mistake with the Longkeeper I grew last year, but that aside, I put my plant out way too early, and so all my fruits are ripening. So I guess I just gotta eat them. But aren't they just darling? They're beautiful, and they've been producing like mad. Very, very productive. And spoiler alert, I've already eaten these, so I know what I'm gonna say about these already. And then here I have the Tennessee Britches tomato. This one's not completely ripe, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I pulled it. because it already has concentric circles on the top, and I don't want to risk it raining and then cracking and then, you know, having issues. So, but these two are ripe and ready to go. Tennessee Britches. Excited to try that one as well. I got those seeds in a trade. Never had it before. And here is my pride and joy. We're not going to be tasting this one today because it's just not ripe enough, but I pulled the fruit because I just didn't want to run the chance of, you know, somebody getting to it first. So this is La Vorgienne, super, super rare. Got the seeds from Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. The plants, I have two plants. They both are producing very well, but they're late ripening. So the first tomatoes that I had to ripen were these Aosta Valley Longkeepers, followed by the brown or dark skinned girl, and then monkey ass, then Ananas Noire, and now Tennessee Britches, with La Vorgienne coming in at last place, but has plenty of fruits on both plants. So I'm looking forward to it, but I just wanted to give it an honorable mention because yay, I'm so excited. All right, let's get to tasting. We're gonna do my tried and true. That is the good old black cherry. I've already been eating these, and I've been growing these for years now. I love them. This plant was a volunteer, and I'm so glad it came back. These usually don't make it into the house. I typically eat them before they even get in the house. I'll stop out there in the morning on the way to work and grab a couple. But yes, the black cherry. Very earthy tasting. No acid, sweet, not overly so, you know, not a sun gold sweet. Kind of savory, great mouthfeel, skin's perfect, not super chewy, not super thick. Nice juice content. Got like a little tang in the beginning, and then it just mellows out, and it's just so good. If a tomato could be savory, this is what I would expect to experience. All right, here's my dark-skinned girl is what I have here. This is a Russian variety. And I was reading a story where they were saying that this tomato some time ago was actually confused with the black beauty. It was confused with the black beauty for a short while, but obviously this looks nothing like a black beauty. It had full sun, as you can see. It even had a little sun damage. So this is definitely the dark-skinned girl. The fruits on the plant are all about this size. And as I mentioned earlier, this one's fairly like medium early. So, you know, first harvest around 110 days or so. So let's cut her open. Oh, this feels meaty. Look at that. Oh, so juicy. Oh my. And that dark red color is stunning. I will be saving seeds because this is a rare tomato, and it looks like I have plenty to pick from. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Very meaty. Let's see if we can get another cross section here. Yes. Look at all that juice dripping from there. My goodness. That is one gorgeous tomato. And this is firm. I mean, it's definitely ripe, but it's firm. It's very meaty. I can't wait anymore. My mouth is literally watering looking at this. So, I'm going in. Not a bad tomato. Classic tomato flavor, zero acidity. Sweet, juicy, very fleshy. It feels like you're eating steak. That's marvelous. That's really good. That is marvelous. I love that. Oh my. If I do a giveaway with these seeds, you definitely want to get in on this. That is delicious. I like that a lot. Wow. Wonderful, wonderful variety. Wow. Great way to start, right? Yay. Dark-skinned girl. And I'm separating everything so that I don't confuse any of the seeds, because you know me, I'm going to save seeds. I have to. All right. What an awesome start. Yes, 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 yes. I have here the Ananas Noire. Now this, as I mentioned before, this tomato was recommended to me by, oh my gosh, Veggie Farming. And she grew this a few years ago and loved it. I was actually had my eye on this tomato long before then, because Baker Creek sold the seeds, and you know how their pictures are. I was a goner. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, must grow. And then last year I finally got around to growing it. 3 plants, got nothing. Absolutely nothing. This year, obviously a different story. All right, so we're gonna cut one of these open. They're all pretty ripe. So I'll go with the smallest one then. And I can't remember what her description of it was. So let's go in like this. Ooh, this cuts like that brown skinned girl did. That flesh is firm. Oh, isn't she a beaut? Look at that. And so juicy. So juicy. Beautiful coloring on the outside, by the way. I don't know if I gave you a good enough view of it. It's green and yellow and red. Well, in my case, more peach, but still. Got that green gel in it. Yum. Can't wait to give this a taste. Oh, I love slicing through this. I love it when like the tomato holds together. It doesn't give up, you know? Tink. Give this another. It's good. I'm really enjoying the mouthfeel of this one. Again, it almost feels like I'm eating meat. Virtually no acid. I thought this one was supposed to have a kind of a citrus, hint of citrus flavor. I'm not tasting that. It's mild. It's somewhat sweet. It's a decent tomato. It's not gonna blow, it's not knocking my socks off. Let me try another one. Let's see if it tastes the same. You know what? This large one seemed to be the most ripe. So I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna try this one. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You know, we eat with our eyes first. This one's even sweeter. See, I'm not getting citrus. If I had to say it tasted fruity, I'm getting more of a cantaloupe kind of flavor. Woo! There was a little tang in that bite, which was very nice. Yeah, this is definitely giving cantaloupe vibes. I'm not tasting anything remotely close to pineapple. Yum. I love how watery it is. Even though it's watery, it's still got a lot of flavor in it. And it just feels refreshing. The skin is not tough. That's a good tomato. That's a decent tomato. I'm not mad at that. I would grow that again for sure. I would still only do one plant because of the color of it. And I mean, it's beautiful, no doubt. But I just prefer to do all of my sauces and canning and stuff like that with red tomatoes. But I would grow this one for fresh eating for sure. For sure. And to give to friends and family, because who wouldn't want a tomato that looks like this? Like, it's just gorgeous. And to be honest, this appears to have more seeds than I was expecting as well. I thought this was a low seed tomato variety, but you can clearly see it has a ton of seeds in there. Okay, so I have to be delicate because there's a lot of bruising and some sunburn on here, and they're just gonna pop any second now. Blisters. But there's plenty of real estate on this side of tomato for me to taste. This here is the monkey ass. Yes, I said that. Monkey ass. Matter of fact, let's all say it together because I know you wanna. So, 1, 2, 3, monkey ass. This is the monkey ass tomato. I think it's obvious why. And it feels pretty hefty. I brought my scale out so that we can weigh it right quick. We got zeros. Let's place it on there. Taking bets. I'm gonna say 10 ounces. And I would be wrong. It is over 12 ounces. Very close to a pound. Not bad. This tomato is of the ox heart variety, as you can tell from its shape and how big it is. I think they said that these tomatoes average around 10 ounces, which is why I said I took the guess at 10 ounces. It's very meaty. I can feel that cutting into it. I'm not not seeing a lot of seeds. There appears to be few seeds as well. Yeah, and once again, this tomato cuts like meat. I love that sensation. I really do. Gosh, that's beautiful. That's stunning. Look at that coloring. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I was right though. Very low on seeds. They're there for sure, but it's not nearly as many as we've seen in those prior tomatoes. So let's give monkey ass a taste. I have a feeling, I already know I'm gonna love the texture of it. Again, because I like a firm tomato. A meaty tomato, as it were. All right, bottoms up. Monkey ass. Oh my. Okay, so this tomato is very sweet. It's mild, but it has a great flavor. It's got that classic tomato flavor, but on the mild side. It's sweet, it's juicy, it's very meaty, as you can see. So the mouthfeel is pretty great in my opinion. Very few seeds. The skin is even okay. It's okay. It's on the cusp of being too thick, but it's very doable. I like this. I think that this will make an excellent sauce. For sure. This is a sauce tomato. Hands down. That's really good. That's really good. You want this on your burger. And even for it being sweet, the reason I seemed a little bit surprised in my first couple of bites is because this tomato almost tastes like it already has salt sprinkled on it. I don't know how to describe it. That's what it tastes like to me. That's a really good tomato. That would make an excellent sauce. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so I say give monkey ass a try. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Is my mega producer this year. This here is the Aosta Valley Longkeeper. Aren't these just the most darling little fruits? Oh, they're just too cute. Aosta Valley Select Longkeeper. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong. I haven't heard it said out loud before, and so this is just what, that's how I interpreted that spelling. But these fruits are, one, plentiful, and two, absolutely blemish free. None of them have any blemishes. None. Of course, they say that. Now I see one with a crack. That is a diamond in the rough. That I haven't seen that on nearly any of them, but they're absolutely beautiful. It's an Italian variety, and these are firm. That's what you get when you cut them in half. There. And let's do one the other way. There you go. So they do have like a bit of a cavity there where there is no gel. And it looks to be very low seed as well. Now these would probably be great for like roasting, I would think then, looking at these. But the flesh is very firm. Crack resistant. Here now is a tomato with some acid in it. Not overly so. Nice tomato flavor. Dense. It's a mouthful. Skin's a little tough, but I think you would have that when you're working with Longkeeper tomatoes. Digging the flavor. Really digging the flavor. Not super juicy though. But again, I wouldn't expect it to be so, being a Longkeeper. There is some sweetness there. But this, of all of them, has, at this point, the richest tomato flavor. Hands down. This is not mild. This is bold. Very strong tomato flavor. Loving it. Loving it. And again, this one has some acid where the other ones didn't, but not overly so. I'm in love with these, and I hope that the ones that I get to pick at the end of the season last for a while, so that I can have that yumminess through the winter months. Fabulous tomato. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. And crazy productive. Did I mention that? Okay, my next tomato here is the Tennessee Britches. I just like saying that. Tennessee Britches though. I have 4 ripe fruits here. This one's not completely ripe, but almost. And then there's even more fruits on the plant. These are very generous size. I'd say these are averaging 9 to 10 ounces. All right. They appear to be crack resistant because they're not showing a whole bunch of cracking. And like I said, they got a nice hefty size. I love the bottom. They have these yellow lines radiating out from the bottom, from the center. The shoulders do have a little green on them. That's okay. And they do have some light ribbing on the top here. They're fairly flat as tomatoes go, right? They're not round, they're flat. And they feel hefty. These feel like these are gonna be a sauce tomato. But let's weigh these and see. You got zeros? 0. So this one, 13.33 ounces. Wowza. This one, 9.42 ounces. Cool, cool. This one, 8.92 ounces. And this one, 9.49 ounces. So yeah, we're averaging 10 ounce fruits. And I already know which one I'm going to eat because it has this blemish here. So first, gonna just cut that off. I'm gonna cut the whole top off. There we go. All right. That's what it's looking like there. I've got these big, thick slices. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. All right, and then let's just I'm gonna go with this corner here. Let's take another slice of that. This one has a tomato flavor. It's mild, really sweet though. I'm not mad at it. Again, for me, the mouthfeel kind of saves this one. Otherwise, it would just kind of be a little blah. Because it is mild flavored, in my opinion. At least the fruits that I've grown here. It's just from the looks of it, it's giving watermelon. Yeah. I like that. That's a sandwich tomato. That's a fresh eating. That's like a tomato salad tomato. But it's mild. I wouldn't use this for like making sauce or something like that. I think the flavor is strong enough to stand up to, you know, garlic and peppers and carrots and all that other stuff. Once you add that into it, I think it would just be a pretty bland sauce. But for a fresh eating on a sandwich or on a salad or something, you could reach for this one. You could reach for this, and it's definitely big enough. I would grow this again. I would. I like it. It's very sweet. Yeah. All right, guys. So all in all, I'd say this was a successful tasting. I enjoyed every last one of these tomatoes. I enjoyed the Tennessee Britches. I enjoyed the Dark Skinned Girl, the Monkey Ass, the Aosta Valley Select, and the Ananas Noire. I'd say out of all of these, my favorite would be the Dark Skinned Girl, followed by the Aosta Valley. But they're all very, very good. This is mild, yeah, but still really good flavor. Yeah, I enjoyed every last one of these, and I look forward to saving some seeds so that I can give them to you guys. But that does it for today's tasting. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. And I will be back in another video on another day. Until then, happy growing, my friends.